All right, and welcome back to Just Ink It. Here we are with every card revealed. No more of those wondering if we're going to see cards revealed while we're recording our podcast.
Yeah.
We have everything now.
Yep.
So how are you guys
nice.
feeling? Leah's here.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah. Gunner?
It's crazy. I mean, they called it Lorcana Week, but it was more like Lorcana Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been great. There's been so many articles and just behind the scenes stuff.
It's so cool.
Yeah, we were watching a little bit of the lore stuff tonight that was on the comic book website. And so, yeah, it's great. What we're going to do is we got about 6 weeks till the box store release. Not necessarily the game store release, but the box store release. So we're actually going to go through and give our honest opinions of all the cards. We do have a rides list to finish as well. We're going to finish that tier list tonight a little bit later. But we're going to start out the show with talking about all these cards, but we're not going to talk about the new cards necessarily. We're just going to go through each color. Tonight, we're going through our friend Leah's favorite color,
Yes.
Amber, which, of course, has Stitch in it.
Yes.
But
multiple.
Yeah, multiple
Stitch.
stitches. And we're going to...
Right?
3,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
3. And we're going to give them our rating. So how we're going to do this is me and Gunnar are going to give our honest first opinion rating of the card. Now, we've played with some of these. There's not a lot that was revealed here that's new. So we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about the card. We might talk about why we rated it, what we rated it. But we're going to give it a 1 through 5 scale of rating. And then Leah is going to give us an art and just like how she feels about the card. As we're doing this, we're looking at the beautiful companion app from Lorcana and these foils.
They're so pretty.
They're
Wow.
beautiful.
Reminds me so much of Marvel Snap's like whole image of that. I heard so many references to that today on Twitter. The different like how it
I
looks.
bet that made you excited.
Oh, it did, of course. Small side note, that was a game that I was in love with till I found Lorcana, and I did get Infinite last month, so that was exciting.
Congratulations. It
Finally-
only took how long?
Oh wow, way to stab me there. But
Just a little.
a little bit. No, yeah, I was actually like 0.5 cubes from actually getting to Infinite earlier on in a season, I think in November. But that was fun to accomplish that goal as I kill that game and get into Lorcana. Now, I would still play Marvel Snap, but love Lorcana. And so we're going to get into these cards. That's how it's going to go. Again, like I said, a 1 through 5 rating. Leah's going to give us an art rating / like just in general, just talk a little bit about the card, not the gameplay aspect. Me and Gunnar are just going to give it an overall rating. And we talked about at the end of chapter 1, it'll be fun to go back and look at maybe what we look at some of these cards differently. Not all of them, but we might see some cards that we put as a 2 that once we play with the cards a lot more, we find out, oh, that was a 4, or that was a 3. And so here we start with Ariel. And wow, beautiful card. It's on human legs. She can't sing. I've thought about this a little bit, and I'm just going to, for right now, I mean, at the 4 cost and it's inkable, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3. I know that's kind of generic, but I'm just interested to see kind of the 2 lore is beautiful. But that's kind of where I'm at on the card is I'm going to go with a 3. Leah, what do you think on this whole card as a whole and the art?
I'm gonna go with 3. I think it's beautiful, but I think that I mean the detail's gorgeous. Everything's about it is really pretty, but I just think that it could have had a little more to it. But also, Ariel on human legs can't talk and do much of anything anyway.
It's
so
kind of cool.
yeah, so it's kind of given to what her story is in that part anyway.
And even the ... and
Yeah.
between the parentheses
Yeah.
is great.
And between yes.
What do you think?
I honestly think she's a 2. There are so many better yellow
4
cards.
drops.
There are
Yeah.
they're just better yellow cards even. Like not just 4 cards, like yellow cards. There's just so many better ones.
In a princess deck. I mean, that's the only thing
Well, yeah,
I'm
like
looking at.
we have another.
Yeah, I know. But that's the only way that's why I was looking at 3. But yeah, I would agree with you that a 2 is not a bad rating either. But
Yeah.
so there she is. That's our first. Now we've got Ariel again, but she's a spectacular singer. So she is no longer on human legs. And Gunnar, give us our first thoughts of this. Give me your rating.
I think she's pretty good actually. The fact that she's a 3 cost that can sing like songs that cost 5 is really nice. And then her ability is also really cool, how it lets you look for songs.
Yeah.
I mean, she only has 1 ink, but
Mhm.
that's still, I mean, she does enough to make up for it.
Yeah, she has 1 lore when she quests. What do you think, Leah?
The art, I rate a 4 just because of how gorgeous it is. And I really, really love, which I know I mentioned at one point in one of our other episodes, how she's the spectacular singer. And this is a scene from, oh, why can't I think of it?
The Little Mermaid?
No, it's from The Little
I'm
Mermaid, but
sorry.
it's the song Sebastian sings.
Oh,
to her
Under
when
the
she-
Sea.
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea, yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, I can't believe I couldn't think of
yeah.
that.
Wow. It is late. We got to record these earlier for sure. Yeah, and I'm like this. This is an archetype. Like, this is cool because you start seeing these as all the cards come out. This is an archetype. It's a singer archetype.
Well, and then you can also add this into a princess deck, too.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then, like I said, with singer, you've got 2 things. You've got the singer 5, so you can sing songs that are 5, and you also have the ability to look at for songs too. So it literally makes an archetype of a literally song deck, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's really cool.
And next up, we were wondering, I know people were wondering, was Cinderella going to be here? And she is here. Now
She's made her grand entrance.
This is a new card. And so we'll talk maybe a little more on this. It's another princess, and it's really a good princess. She's beefy. She's 2'5". She's at 4. So I think Moana is what, 6 or 5?
I think Moana's
5.
6.
5.
She's a
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, she has 1 more HP, but 1 less.
So, but you get singer 5, so she can sing "Let It Go" early if you're playing blue, amber, and then remove up to 3 damage from chosen princess characters. And let's face it, if you're going up against a steel deck, these princesses are going to get a lot of damage, but there's a lot of cards here that heal too, and so it definitely kind of balances that a little bit. I played with her a little bit today in a starter challenge deck, and I really liked her. I'm actually going to say probably like a 4 for her. I actually really, really enjoy her. So, Leah, what do you think on the art? And
I'm kind of between 2 and 3, so I'm gonna go like 2.5. It's just very basic, very. I mean, there's not much to it aside from that little ball of light, which is really cool. I'm sure we'll find out more, lore of that and what it is, but I think it's not super like draws your eye as much. I don't think.
And the foil's not as pretty as some of the other foils too, but it's
I think this card actually looks better unfoiled.
Yeah.
It actually.
I think it actually is.
Yeah, I think it actually does.
Looks
I think
better
you're right.
unfoiled.
Yeah, it does actually. I think you're right. It's 100% right.
I mean, she is pretty good. She's a 4 cost that can sing. She's singer 5, and the fact that she can remove 3 damage from a princess character is insane. I don't think we have anything that removes 3 damage yet.
Yeah,
maybe Tangled. I think the Tangled.
Maybe,
I think she does possibly. But still,
And then, I'm gonna just rate her probably a 3.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, next up, we've got Goofy. We've seen this Goofy for a while. I love the art on this Goofy.
Yes.
And when you talked about foil being not as good on the last card,
the foil is much better on this card.
The foil's gorgeous.
Gunnar, you lead us off on this one on your rating. So.
He's a really solid card. He's 5 cost, so he's kind of up there in the cost department. But he has bodyguard, and he's a 6 cost, or he's a 6 defense. He only has 1 lore, but then when you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from your other musketeer characters, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see some musketeer themed decks.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
So
I would rank him about probably a 4, just because he works well with other cards.
Yeah, definitely. Leah, what's your thoughts on the art?
5.
5. I would agree with you on that.
It's absolutely beautiful. The detail, how he looks, and I mean, I'll probably mention the little little notes on the bottom where it says "Gosh." I just love it. It's so great. Perfect for Goofy. I love it.
And I'm starting out here pretty crazy with 4s, but I actually would give it a 4 because it's part of a main archetype, and also that bodyguard is huge. I
Yeah.
think that the nice thing is again with the healing and it coming out on 5 after Donald's come out, like it really is a card that even on 7 heals 2 damage from each of the Musketeers. Like it just totally eliminates what Grab Your Swords and Tinkerbell has done. Like it totally eliminates that. And so yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4 here. Definitely not a 5. I will agree though, the art.
The art's a 5, I think.
I'm excited to kind of see what we when we go back and look through these, not just what me and Gunnar see is maybe after we've played with some cards, like we would up the rating or whatever.
Yeah.
But also even
Revisit.
the art. The art, I'm
Right.
kind of interested to see, like, because when you play with a card a lot, like, I don't know
The
if you
art
played
can draw.
Pokemon or any of those, and here we go back into Pokemon, but like you get a card that you actually like love the art of. Like I loved
Yeah.
Alakazam, and so I grew into liking that card.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll be neat. But next up, we got the king. Hades.
Hades.
And of Olympus, not the underworld, right?
Right, King of
it's
Olympus.
This is a Floodborn. It's got Shift. Man. I want to give this a 5 because I really want this deck to be good. And now that we have more villains, I'm interested to play test it because I've played this before and it was good, but very telegraphed. I would go, I'm going to actually go with a 3.5 since Leah showed that we can do halves because I don't think it's quite a 4 yet until it's proven. But I also don't think it's just meh 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 3.5. Leah?
I love the art with the foil, but I feel like if you take away the foil, it takes away from the art a little bit. Because it's like the foil just makes it.
Foil's beautiful.
So it's almost like one of those things where I'd put it right in the middle at 3 because it's like, if you have it in foil, absolutely gorgeous. But if you don't have it in foil, it's not really, it's still pretty.
And Ravensburger, why? I wanted to play this game, not collect this game, and you show me these foils, and now I want to collect a foil set.
Yeah.
Yep, we're all going to be broke.
Yes. Gunnar,
yeah, so, honestly, I don't like this card. I cannot stand this card. It's just, for starters, he's 8. He is coming out so late
he's shift
into
6.
the game.
He's shift 6.
Even then, that's still... And you have to invest so much to get other villain characters out there. Yeah. Unless you're playing the 1-cost Maleficent, you're going to have to put quite a bit of power.
There's quite a few...
You're going to have to put quite a bit of ink into
there's quite a few villains at the 1 and 2 in Amherst, so...
Oh,
but unless he's at 3 lore, he's really not worth it.
This would definitely
I would
be
say
more of a lore,
I would agree with you on that.
You really have to
have to have more than 3 cards,
cheaper
like
villains.
3 villains to give him value.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
I am going to give him a 1.5.
Wow.
This is one of the ones that I'm probably going to change, but right now I just don't see him working.
Okay. No, I
am going to put him a 1.5 until I am proven wrong.
In chat, feel free to argue with all of our cards because we'd love just to hear your opinions on the
ratings,
cards,
even the art,
all that. We just love to hear what you guys think in the community about these cards. I know Gunnar had said we'd do like a really cool thing, and I love this idea to take our ratings and kind of give this is our rating for Amber cards, and this is our rating for Emerald and Ruby and that kind of thing. So we'll probably give a little poll after we finish this. But no, I hope you get your mind changed, but I understand 100% what you're saying. They loses value. I think we forget some of the pairing with I always say that wrong, but the purple cards, the big Doctor Facilier, to be able to get back cards right back into your hand can really make some huge attacks for Hades.
That will help.
Yeah, once he's out. But again, like you said, it's not easy to get that boy out. And here is his counterpart, which honestly, Gunnar, you can take this one first, but go ahead.
It's Hades, Lord of the Underworld, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, this one is
the Lord of the Underworld.
Which I love the whole, like, here he is, winning, there he is. Oh. It's just so cool, some of the stuff. I can't wait to hear the stories.
I know, me too.
What do you think, Gunnar? Are you going to give him a little more than his bigger card?
You know, when you play this character, return a card from your discard to your hand. It kind of works with him, like, just as a character. But it's a really good ability. Yeah. Because he can let you get villains or something else along that line back into your hand that you can then play down, which I think is really good. He only has 1 lore, and he's uninkable, so that does bring him down quite a bit. he is definitely used for his ability, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him at. Oh, and for shifting, he'd be used for shifting too.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm gonna put him at like a 3
There you go.
because he's average. Like his ability is what bumps him up to.
Yes, his ability is good. Go ahead, Leah.
So I'm a little biased. I love Hades because he is the sass king in Hercules. I love the card though, just because like, oh my gosh, that art is beautiful with the fire in the background, with all of the people reaching up to him, and the skeletons on the boat guiding Hades. I love this card. I would put it probably at a 5. Just because of the art.
I'm trying to remember. Did you rate the last one? You talked about the art, and I'm trying to remember if you gave it a rating for the other Hades, the Hades King of Olympus.
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I couldn't remember, so I was like, well, we should make sure.
Didn't I put it at 3? I think I did put it at 3.
All right. Yes, this
is a 5 for me.
The art is really good.
It's gorgeous. All right. Next up, we have
Did you say anything?
Did I not? Oh,
No.
I didn't. I was worried about
Yeah.
skipping out on you. But I'm just gonna go kind of where I was at a 3.5 with the other one. I would say at least a 4. Again, just because of that recursion, bringing something back from your discard pile, from something that was banished, is awesome. And it's not just a villain in this sense; it can be anything.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play him in a villain's deck. You could play him in something else. I will say the Uninkable, the 3 attack, the only 2 willpower. I'm going to go 4. 1, because I really want this Hades deck to be good.
Can we just talk about the flavor text, though? Production is up, costs are down, the rivers are full, time to talk expansion. I love that.
The flavor text in this game is great.
Yes, I probably will mention that quite a bit with these cards.
And something I always say when we play this card, hey, hey!
Hey, hey!
All I can think of is the Disney parade where Hey Hey's popping in and out.
I know.
The
He's
thing.
so
One of my
cute.
friends said that he actually bought a Hey Hey for his daughter, who is now annoying his whole house because it screams. It pops out.
Oh my gosh,
screams.
yeah.
But okay, Hey Hey has been kind of a staple in a lot of like the rush decks. I'm interested to see where he falls now that a bunch of more cards are out and like what you're comboing Amber with. The support is really good. It does give that 1 extra attack, which sounds crazy, but those mini mouses that are 2/3 or those Olafs that are 1/3 and you're attacking with a 2/2, if you can give them an extra attack, then you're trading instead of just doing 2 damage and that thing surviving. So because I'm just not sure, I would say like before all the cards were released, I'd give Hey Hey a 4. I'd probably go 3 now.
He got worse?
Yeah, I think so, just because there's other cards to play.
Oh, yeah.
There's just a lot of other cards to play.
I see what you're saying there.
I think he's still great, and I probably am maybe wrong. But I do think that there's other cards to play. I mean, still in a rush deck, he's an auto include. So like I said, this is one I'll probably change my mind. Aaliyah, what do you think?
The art's very basic.
It is.
Very like
The foil's pretty in the back.
the foil's very pretty in the background. Hey Hey's always pretty just because he's colorful and strange looking but adorable at the same time. I'd give it a 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, his support is really nice. It's like you were saying, like that 1 damage can be a big difference
huge,
sometimes.
yeah.
That 1 damage can be huge. And, while giving someone else 1 damage, like 1 extra attack, you are also gaining 1 lore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's about like a 3.5 because he's not a 4.
No,
Not
that was my I said.
But he's also just kind of average.
Pre full set, I would have probably went 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, now
But
I dropped it
is-
to 3, but 3.5 is very.
He's barely above average.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
All right.
And
I always say it wrong. Let's see if I get it right. LeFou?
yeah, LeFou.
Yeah.
I did it! Look, after weeks and weeks of playing LeFou, I finally have got it right. But let's see, Gunnar, I think you take this one. So first, what do you think of him?
I think LeFou's pretty good, honestly. I mean, you have to have Gaston for him. Like I say, he's pretty good in like thinking you have to have Gaston. Without Gaston, he's not very good.
That two questing for 2 lore.
Questing for 2, while being 2 cost is pretty nice. But if you don't have Gaston, he's not as good. So with Gaston, he's kind of like
He's a 1-drop, basically.
he's kind of like a 4 with Gaston.
Yeah.
But without him, I think he's like a 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you going to give him the final rating?
I'm going to give him a 2.5.
2.5. All right. Leah.
I think it's really cute that he's carrying Gaston's boots.
Yeah.
The beer flying everywhere with the barrels in the background and the plates of eggs and a sausage, which is the dozen eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give it like a 3.5. Just because I love the little details in the background. It's really cool to see everything and try to pick things out from the movie that you're like, oh, that's that. Oh, and that's that.
And I like even like with Hey Hey was like this almost like that sunshine feel when when the foil kind of goes across. Like, can't wait to get these foils in our hands.
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna stick with my guns I'm gonna go with a 4 here, and the biggest reason is I just think that 2 lore is huge in a rush deck and any deck really. I mean, this is just a really good 2 slot. I mean, just looking at other 2s that we can play in Amber, I can't remember off the top of my head. We're going to see them. So I may go on a little further and go, ooh, I should have never gave it a 4. But again, that Gaston does, when you pay less for him, that is like a Maleficent.
Right.
So it's a 1 cost and you're getting an extra health, which makes a difference early game even. Or even late game, like, I mean, isn't that going to stink if you have to attack with a 4/4 into a 1/2?
Yeah.
Because he's going to get 2.
Wait, which Maleficent are you talking about?
The 1/1.
Oh.
She's a 1/1, and she's got 2 lore, and she's a 1 cost. Well, now with Gaston, you play this for 1, because it's 1 less to play this character. And so that's pretty great. I mean, you're getting an extra willpower. So yeah, I'm going to go with the 4. I'm going to eat my words on that. Well, we know where Leah is going to go with Lilo.
Oh,
yeah, I'm a little
But
biased.
I'll start with just a card review again. I feel like if I put LeFou in a 4 range, I will put Lilo in a 4 range as well. Again, this is the Amber version of Maleficent. 1 cost, 1/1. It's going to die, but you're going to probably get 2 lore.
Which is always nice.
Yeah, it's a great
first
start.
turn. That's great.
You're looking at 10% of your lore ability. So you're looking at
that is 10%.
That's 10%.
Wow.
So starting out, boom, 10%.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Leah?
5.
I knew it. She's not biased. Not every Stitch in Lilo will be a 5.
not at
I'm
all.
sure not.
But let's just look at it. Look at the
it is
flowers and like the sky.
Mhm.
It's just gorgeous.
The foil for this is incredible.
It
The
is
foil is
incredible.
absolutely
I think-
beautiful.
I think all the cards where there's a sky is going to have a great foil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put it, when Leah pulls out her Stitch deck, you are going to be blinded by the lights.
That's right.
No pun intended. But yes, because they will all be in foil, I have a feeling.
Yes,
So.
they will. Those ones specifically.
Yes.
My little babies.
Gunnar, what are you thinking?
It's like you said, it is an exact carbon copy of Baby Maleficent, just in Amber.
Yep.
So I'm just going to put it where I put Baby Maleficent. It's a 4.
Okay.
Because it's literally just a carbon copy.
I was so shocked. I thought you were going to really try to bring it down to 1 just to get under my skin.
No, it's a good
It's a good
card.
card.
It's a good card.
And it's a beautiful card.
It is.
And now we'll have to remind him when we get to Baby Mal that she needs
She's
to be a
4.
4. And I would agree with you on that. Oh, Maximus. And I feel like this is the good Maximus.
I really like this Maximus.
This Maximus is...
Oh, Gunnar, you get this one first. But man, I'd love to take this one first because it's just a cool card. Go ahead, Gunnar.
Yeah, this Maximus is really good. I mean, there's the other one that is not anywhere near as good as this, I don't think. I mean, he's still good, but not... I mean, this one has bodyguard for starters, and it also has support, meaning that...
Yeah.
He is a 4 attack card with support.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about how 1 damage is going to make a difference. This is going to make a huge difference. I mean, you could give this to... I mean, depending on who you gave this 4 attack to, you could knock out the big red dragon Maleficent in 1 hit.
With a Lilo.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not with a Lilo.
Not with a
Not
Lilo.
with a Lilo. But you could knock out...
You could knock it out with
some 5-cost cards.
You
Like,
could
this is
knock it out with
crazy.
some... Yeah, and its bodyguard is also nice.
Yes,
It
the
is,
bodyguard's
it is.
always nice.
It's 1 lore, kind of sucks. But, I mean, they had to have some way to bring it down.
I was just going to say, you have to equal out what it already has to it. I would give this art probably a I'm going back and forth.
Well, it's hard because you want to give everything a 5 because it's so beautiful, but you can't give everything a 5. Just gets like the person that always fills out the like when they give grades to things, they're like 3, 3, 3, 3,
Right.
3. It's like the most annoying one. Like, no, you gotta like pick some that are above that or below it.
It's so cool though. I would go a 4.
Yeah.
I love the palace in the background.
I wouldn't disagree.
And just like his stance. And I mean, he's just really pretty.
Yeah. And here's my stance on it. I mean, it gives us only one lore. But I feel like anything that has like a lot of text on a box, they're gonna probably not give you as much.
Yeah.
And I mean, except for maybe Tinkerbell. But that's a whole other story. We'll talk about her later. But bodyguards, so maybe an auto include in the possibly getting that in the Mickey Mouse Musketeer deck.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for
sure.
He is definitely an auto include.
Here's my thought about that: is the Mickey Mouses are some big bodies. So now if you quest with Maximus and give that support to like the Mickey Mouse that's 2/7, it now is killing something that's a 7.
You're right.
And maybe not dying because it's got all of that willpower at the end of it.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 actually. I think I don't know. What did you give him, Gunner? I don't even remember.
I gave him a 4.
4. So yeah, so I'm gonna go 3.5. Could go 4, but I'm interested to see what it goes. And here's another Maximus. This is the horse kick version. So when you play this character, chosen character gets -2 attack this turn. I will say in the starter deck challenge I was playing today, I had the Amber deck. And so I played him a couple times, and it actually was really good because there's a couple characters that had damage on it that at next turn I was going to heal.
Yeah.
And so that was nice because if I would have attacked with them, Maximus gave it where I didn't get any damage. So I was able to knock something out without dying. But I'm going to be the vanilla here and just give it a 3 because I just... actually, I'm going to go 2. I really don't see this having a ton of play. I could be wrong, but I think before the cards were out, this wasn't played a lot. And I think now that all the cards are revealed,
he's just going to be played even
less.
less.
I don't think it's going to be anymore. But Leah, go ahead and give us your art review here.
He's very basic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just some grass in the background with him running on a bridge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 2.
What's the previous art? He looks so mean in that previous art and like just so tough.
I know.
And the castle, like, yeah,
I know,
I get
and
it.
it's like,
I get it.
then you go to this and
Yeah,
you're just
it's like,
he looks almost derpy. Like it's not.
They
he doesn't look that.
Maybe they should have put this one first and then him.
I know, right? So that you're
I mean,
like,
don't get me wrong. I mean, no, like we're not saying this to like trash the artist. Or
Oh
something.
no,
the art
no,
is still great.
No,
yeah, it's still
Listen,
fantastic
beautiful.
art.
Yeah, it's just compared to the other one.
I love how the artists have been so involved in this game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
the
guess
artists are
Magic and some
great.
of that, they do that, but I guess we played a lot of Pokemon and you don't see that as much in Pokemon. You know
Yeah.
who the artists are, but you don't see that interaction with fans like
Yeah.
on Twitter. Like,
Right.
these artists are like, oh yeah, DM me and get my address and I'll sign your cards. Like, how cool is
That's
that? Like,
amazing.
that's awesome. So.
Catch me doing that as soon as we get cards.
Yeah. No,
Go ahead, Gunnar.
I think he is. While I really want to give him a 3 rating because his stat line is 333.
Yeah, it's still 333.
I'm just gonna give him a 2.
Yeah.
I just don't think he is any better than a 2.
We agreed on this
Well,
one.
because
for
there's
sure.
literally a card called Horse Kick that you could play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would probably
Be about the
I
same.
think it's. Is it a 3 or is it a 2?
I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
But
Yeah,
here
I
we
don't
go,
know.
guys. Next we have the mouse.
The man,
Mr.
the myth,
Mickey.
the legend.
Yeah.
Does this count as a hidden Mickey? Because I do know that there are some hidden Mickeys. In
Oh
these
yeah, we
cards.
actually, as we look through this
Oh,
art, we
yeah.
probably should
So
look.
does this
I didn't even
count?
think
No,
about
Does
that.
this count as a
this-
hidden Mickey?
I mean, it's just Mickey.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
sorry.
very
That'd be
hidden.
funny though if like he was like on the app, he was like, "Boo, hidden Mickey." No. This is yours, Gunner, first, so you get first dibs on this.
I think he is pretty good. He's another 333 with his stat line, but he has 2 lore, which is pretty nice.
Yes, he is.
I think the fact that he has 2 lore bumps him up from a 2 to a 2.5
Oh,
because he is below average for
Mhm.
sure. For sure.
yeah, he definitely. You're right. He has to be above Maximus because
He
Maximus
does.
is a 333, but he only has one. I mean, he does the little whatever the horse kick, but it's not.
It's not good.
It's not that great. So, Leah, what do you think on the art?
So this might be an unpopular opinion, but I
I doubt it. Everybody loves Mickey.
I really think this is cool because what's the door he's standing in front of? Like, what's that lore going to lead to? What's the stairs?
Sure
like,
Well, this is definitely in the Illuminarium or the whole that
I'm
room.
so excited to see what this is going to represent. So I'm giving it probably a 4.5.
Yeah. Well, and it's a beautiful art. I mean, just the gold shininess.
Right.
And such a welcoming Mickey. It reminds me of like commercials, or it reminds me of like when you get to the park. Yeah, he's just like, he's like, welcome to my game. He's like, okay, welcome to my churros at Disneyland, but here you go. Now you get to play my cards. And it's just cool. Yeah, it's really cool. For me, I'm actually going to give about 3.5. I think that, again, that 2 lore is valuable and just plays on curve with some other 2 lore things. And so, again, when you think you're questing for 10% of the winning value, now you've got multiples of these, and I'm not going to do math. It's too late. But Mickey Mouse, you are why we're doing all this. And next up, we've got the lovely Minnie Mouse.
Yes.
This I am not going to rate high. I just don't like this card. I've played it in Princess decks.
I know.
I've played it. I mean, art-wise, I'll let Leah handle this one. I have a feeling I know where she's going to go with it. But I think that, like, card play-wise, it does have 3 willpower. That is kind of nice. It survives some things. It's like the Olaf in 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of got that feel, that extra health willpower gives it some umph, but it's only going to give it some umph to like a 1.5. Only because I wanted to dip into 1, but I've struggled so far because I just have played with a lot of these cards.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I'm going to go 1.5 with
Can
Minnie.
we all agree this is definitely the worst card yet? Like, that we have rated today?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Chat, tell us if we're right or wrong. I just love to hear from you guys on what you guys think. But Leah, what do you think of the art of it?
I think she looks really cute and adorable. But it's hard for me to rate her high because I know that the other Minnie Mouse in red is like absolutely adorable.
Oh my word,
I love her.
You're right. I give you that.
So I'm gonna put her at 3.5.
Wow. I mean, that's actually lower than I thought, but I get it. Yeah. I get it, especially when you look at the Ruby one.
Exactly. It's just hard for me to go for like something high when Ruby Minnie is oh my gosh, I love her.
We have never been really professional players in anything, so please don't take our ratings as the gospel truth. Please don't rush out to the game store the first day and go, well, Just Ink It ranked that a 5, so I'm going to pay $70 for that card. No, please don't do that. This is our initial, just off the cuff, what we think of the card. But yeah, go ahead, Gunnar. What do you got?
I think this card is trash.
Wow, you're gonna make some Disney people really mad.
No, it's not. It's not because it's Minnie Mouse.
Okay.
It's just because it's a bad card.
Okay, I'm just giving you a chance to defend yourself before you get lynched in the.
Sorry
in the
to
comments.
Anyone that loves Minnie Mouse out there. This card is not good.
No, I don't. I really don't think it is either.
Yeah, I mean, she is
like
she is a 2/3 for 2 costs, and she has 1 lore. There are better 2 costs.
Yep. And she's. Oh, what are you rating her, by the way?
Oh, she is a. I want to say 0.5.
No,
I want to say it because it would be funny.
It would be hilarious.
But I'm just gonna do 1.
Yeah,
it's 1.
I don't know. Like, I almost wanted to say go ahead. You can give it to her, but yeah. And one thing I just thought of too. Okay, what are we gonna play? We'll play a 2-cost mini that quests for 1, or a LeFou that cost 1 at the 2 cost that can actually quest for 2.
Yeah. And
that answers our question.
Yeah.
I will say she's really good for inking.
Yep, and
she's
she's gorgeous. The gold in that foil.
If you ever want a card
I can't quit looking at, but I did have to turn down the brightness on my screen because I've had it way up all day because it looks beautiful, but I've had to turn it down because it is killing my battery.
Yeah, the foils are just bright too. Like,
yes.
Like I feel like I'm gonna be blinded.
Here is another favorite.
My fave.
Moana.
Man, I get to rate her first, and I'm glad. I still have to double check our. Oh, you get to wait. Yeah, that's right. Gunnar gets to rate her first. I forgot. Do you? Is it your turn? Okay, go ahead.
I can't keep track.
I
Yes.
can't either. I did give Minnie her first review.
Yeah, she's the whole reason why the princess archetype is a thing. Without
Mhm.
her, there's no princess archetype. It's not even a thing.
Yep.
So she obviously just out of that is going to be a good card. But even without the princess archetype, like qualities of her, she's still a good card. She is a 6/1,
Yep.
which is insanely she's insanely just
She is
beefy.
Her
strong.
willpower
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah, and her she lures for 3, which is also just incredible. And she's only 5 costs.
Yeah.
She is a good card. I'm gonna put her at a 4.5.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
I want to reserve the 5 cost for like the best card in the game or something.
Gotcha.
Like
gotcha.
I
No, that's
don't
fine.
want to give anyone a 5 yet.
Hey, that's fine.
Let's just talk about this card for a second. The fact that how beautiful it is in the background, and if you turn your phone different ways with the foil, the Heart of Tafiti glows.
Yeah,
And that detail
it's cool.
is really freaking cool.
I forgot that's what it was called.
I have to give it a 5.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I feel like you're gonna have more 5s in the arts than we'll have probably in the card play,
yeah.
but there's nothing
Oh
wrong with that.
there's gonna be a bunch of 5s in the arts, but
I
there's
just-
not gonna be too many in the card.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, I am Moana. Like
Exactly.
that's literally.
That's her.
I'm actually. I know that was
That was
horrible.
gorgeous.
I will give her. I'm actually gonna give her a 5, and the reason is I kind of did the same thing with the other archetype build, like the Musketeers kind of thought with Goofy. And I may not have given him a 5. I don't know, but I just think with the princess overview, I am gonna go 5. 3 lore on a quest. Here's the feel bad moment, and I think we've all been there. Moana's on the board. Somebody's about to go out, and you're the last one that can attack her.
Yeah.
Let
can't do
me
anything.
smack you with a wave of water for 1.
Yep.
it,
you
That
can't-
is.
it is a feel bad moment
Yeah.
when that happens. But can we also say that most likely, if you play it right, and I know when I played Princesses to start, I did not figure this out, that you have quested, you've put all of your princesses back up that do attack for more. And now they can not only quest, but they can also attack.
Yeah.
And so if you play it right, it works. But man, if it's just Moana on the board,
It's
you
rough.
got to kill something that's like needs 2 damage, you're just
Yeah.
like, okay, well, good win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but if you're
Congrats.
close enough to victory,
Yeah.
let's say you're 6 away from victory and it's just Moana, you have a pretty good chance of winning.
Yeah, I'm talking about if the next turn the
Yeah,
next player
yeah,
is
I know, I
out.
know.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, that three
That
lore
3
is
is
huge.
insane.
I mean, we
and
talked
any
about
card with 3 lore is just
we talked
almost
about the
automatically
20%, but I mean 2 3s. So if you've got stitching her out, I mean it's crazy. We've seen Leah do that many times. But all right, guys, Mr. Shmee.
Mr. Smee.
We've had a lot of like Peter Pan and Hook in this set, which is cool. He's a 2/5.
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean he's 3. He's 3, and so think of our 3/3/3. This is a 3/2/5. So you do have a lot bigger into that, but you're not doing much damage. I'm gonna go 2.5. I mean, I might be wrong. There might be something I'm missing here, but I just don't see me playing this at the 3 spot.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
better 3s.
So I'll just do a quick review on this one because for time's sake, it's 2.5.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a long episode.
That's fine. That's fine. That's what
There
we're
are
doing here.
so many cards.
Mhm.
He's very basic, really cool, like with
Mhm.
the gold and everything. Very chill. Oh.
Yeah, I was just rating it from a card perspective.
Yeah.
From an art perspective, I mean, he does look really cool.
Yeah.
I would give him a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think he's about a 3.
Cool.
Yeah, because he's just kind of average.
All right, Gunnar, you get our next one, Prince Philip.
Yeah, he is. I really like him. This is one of my favorite yellows. I think the fact that like it doesn't matter how much damage you do. Like he might as well just have 0 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he dies in a challenge, then you just instantly banish the other character. It's kind of like a Cheshire cat,
Mm-hmm.
but you have
You
to be
get
the one
ability
attacking.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to attack, he has 2 lore, so
Mhm.
there's another option right there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he is 4 and uninkable, which kind of is not good. but I think he's a 4. I'm going to put him at a 4.
Cool. Yeah.
I love his art.
Yeah.
I
Beautiful.
love the vines in the background from Maleficent, and I love the sword, like it's just everything about it. It's really cool. What's that?
Unfoil it once. I don't know if you have. I actually think he's better. He's one of these cards that I think's better without
think
the
he
foil.
is better
I was
in
actually
foil.
gonna say that because I think his foil
You can
takes
see
away.
more.
You,
Yeah.
you see the
Because with his
background,
foil,
like
you
the
can't
little,
see as
like,
much.
oh, it's just, yeah.
Well, the background just looks extra foggy with the
Yes,
foil.
it does. It does.
I
You
really-
see much more without it.
I actually like it without the foil more than I do with.
Yeah.
I would give him a 4.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just kind of, I know Gunnar I think did 4. I think I'm gonna go 3.5. I'm not.
That makes sense.
I think it's a great card. One interesting fact about this card, with him being a Dragon Slayer, we all know that the biggest card in the game, of course, is Maleficent,
Yeah.
And he can
kill her.
He can kill her.
Like he
Yep.
literally. And so again, Disney Lorcana, you guys have done so amazing with some of the
Because he's the
lore.
one that kills.
And just
isn't he the
it's just
Maleficent?
yes, it's
Yep.
beautiful. But all I gotta say next is it means no worries, Mr. Pumbaa. Pumbaa. Oh
You
my
gotta
goodness.
put your behind in your pants.
Yeah, and I don't know how you're gonna grade the art because
The art is so
it'd be really hard for me not
good.
to do a 5. No,
I
just-
know, that's where I
It's,
was. I
it's
was
gorgeous.
like, is it bad
it's
if I do?
gorgeous. No, it's not. It's not. As a card, he's a vanilla, which I mean, you need vanillas. You do.
You do.
It's a 4 cost, so it's got a spot there. I think in a non-princess deck. I think in princesses, I don't think Pumbaa sees much play. But I think in other decks that there's a possibility of him. I mean, again, that 3 attack, that 5 willpower. I mean, 5 willpower is pretty big. I'm gonna go vanilla. I'm gonna do the vanilla thing and give him a vanilla score of 3.
That makes sense.
Leah, art.
I love his art. I love it.
None
so
of us are
much.
judging if you do a 5. None of us are judging.
I think he's so
He's definitely a
cute.
5.
And that's so pretty.
And the little just the swirl around him, like
he's a 5. I can't not.
Jenna Gray. I don't know where you are out there, but wonderful art.
Yeah,
here.
she is
I
really
mean,
good
this
for
is
art.
great. This is
He's-
beautiful.
I love him.
Wait, so what did you rate him?
5.
Yeah.
And even he's another one without the foil looks great too.
I know.
Yeah.
Either
I
way.
mean,
Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty, just a vanilla card.
Mm-hmm.
He is, I think where he struggles is that, like, he is more attack heavy, and the thing with yellow is that there really aren't too many attack heavy cards.
Mm-hmm. That survive an
yeah,
attack.
Yeah. So I just think that anytime there's a yellow attack heavy card, it just brings it down. Because yellow excels more in lore.
See, I would
and
almost
stuff
say
like
it
that.
brings it up because when you attack, you might actually survive.
Yeah, but
And there's a lot of healing in yellow. But,
Yeah,
but I see what
I
you're
just,
saying
I've
too.
never felt comfortable with attack heavy yellow cards.
Yeah.
I've never felt comfortable with them.
Yellow's
So I'm
very
gonna
much
give
of
him
a
a 3.
healing.
Well, and they're all
I'm gonna give him a 3.
and they're also all like that. Like think of Stitch.
They
Rockstar
are.
Stitch is a 3/6. So
Yeah.
like he does 3 damage, but like he just feels
And actually, speaking of healing, our next card.
yeah, Rapunzel.
Yeah,
I've
she
been waiting
is-
to read this card art. Can I
She
just say
has
that?
really pretty card art. She really does. And her ability is when you play this character, you get to remove 3 damage from one of your characters, and you draw a card for each damage removed,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is insane. That is really good, I think.
It's crazy.
That is some really good card draw.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can maybe let one of your characters that's beefier build up a little bit
Mhm.
of damage, then play a Rapunzel
Yeah.
to heal it.
Well, let's just face it. You could attack that turn.
Yeah, you could.
You can attack that turn for 3 and take 3 damage if you live. Play Rapunzel, heal
Yeah.
3, draw 3 cards. Oh!
So maybe
Yep.
maybe
Woo.
Pumbaa is better than I
Yeah,
thought.
man, maybe Pumbaa
Maybe
will.
Pumbaa
Yeah,
is a little bit better.
Hey, Pumbaa.
But
Her little warthog will help her.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, and then
She does like little helpers.
she does.
So what are you rating her?
Well, on top of her, like, just ability, she also has 5 HP,
Mm-hmm.
and she has 2 lore, which is
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she can lore for a
Playing-
pretty decent amount. So I
Playing
think
her and then stinking Moana on curve.
yeah, I
You
think
now
she
next
is
turn.
she is a 4.5. She
Cool.
is the highest rating I've given out so far.
Cool.
Um,
Leah.
I freaking love this card art.
Yeah.
I love that you can see like that she's singing and her hair is glowing,
Oh, you
and it's
can.
only glowing on the top. Like
Yep.
the bottom hasn't the healing hasn't reached the bottom yet.
Yep.
I have to give it a 5. The detail is really cool.
I'm just going to go with the regular 4. I think it's a great card. I would have to look at all the 4 costs again. This is really off the cuff. We haven't really looked and researched this, but just off the cuff, I think I would go a 4. Partly just because again that damage combo. I still think you attack with something, play her that same turn, you draw 3 cards, and let's face it, Amber needs card draw. There's not a lot of card draw in Amber.
Amber needs card draw.
It does.
Actually, I don't think they have any card draw at all.
No. All right. Next up, we have the person from under the sea, Mr. Sebastian.
I'm sorry, but that was a horrible impression of him.
Okay, well, you know,
No,
you're critical of a lot of my
least you
impressions.
tried.
That's okay. At least I try.
I wanted to try.
Chat, let me know how bad that impression was. But the Singer 4. I mean, again, we're a 2 cost at singing 4 cost songs. I'm interested, and I don't know if I've checked the ruling on this. Is it Singer 4 and below?
What?
That's huge on that. Like, I don't know that Singer 4 means that you can sing a 3 song.
Well, it says it counts
Oh.
as 4 to sing songs, meaning that if it went below,
That's
it
true.
would
it
also
should.
count as that.
I just don't know what the
well,
actual
because he's a 2 as well.
ruling is.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
but like legit, but like his actual cost is a 2, so I think that would mean that he would also take stuff under 4. Like he's able to. Sing
Well, I
songs
get
under
that,
4.
but that doesn't mean anything about 3, him being a 2. So, but I think, again, still being able to sing at 4 and at a 2 cost, he's singing 2 steps up. He's a 2/2, so he's very similar to a lot of your 2 cost. Basically like Stitch, but with singing.
yeah.
Man, I'm just in a song deck, he's huge. In a non-song deck, I don't know that matters much, so I'm going to go 2.5. He's very dependent on, I think, a song deck. Leah, the art?
So I actually think he is one that's better unfoiled.
I didn't even look.
If you take it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's better
100%.
unfoiled,
If you,
for sure.
but there's 2 hidden Mickeys.
Yes,
here.
there is.
Wait, there are?
Yes,
Yep.
there is.
Where?
They're in the bubbles.
In the bubbles.
Oh, yep, I see
Yep.
him.
So
I see him.
I just because of the hidden Mickeys, I was
Yeah.
going to rate him a little lower until I saw those. So I'm gonna go with a 3. Just,
Okay.
I mean, it's a very basic, like, you
Yeah.
know, under the sea Sebastian thing, but the hidden Mickeys brought it up a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think he's just kind of. I mean, he's gonna work very well in a singer archetype. That is what you're. I mean, you're not
Yeah.
playing him outside of a singer archetype. I don't. Think.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't see it too
he
much.
has to be in a singer archetype.
I mean, I guess if you can play like a 3, so you could sing "Friends on the Other Side." If you're
That would
pairing
be
it with
nice.
purple, then
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah, I still
yeah.
think he's in a Little Mermaid singing deck.
Yeah, he is in a
Yeah.
singing
Oh, for
deck,
sure.
for sure.
I think so. for
There's
sure.
definitely.
So what are you
gonna
giving him?
be...
I'm gonna give him like a 2.5.
Cool. And next up, Mr. Simba, Protective Cub, another bodyguard. Here we have an Amber. Gunnar, what do you think?
I think he's pretty good. He's gonna be really good in the like musketeer type archetype where you just use bodyguard. But even outside of that, he's good again because of his bodyguard. Like bodyguard is a great ability to have.
Yep. So what do you
Yeah.
rate him?
I'm just gonna give him a 3. I think he's pretty good.
I would say I'm gonna give him a 3 as well. I am biased to Simba because I think he's adorable and he was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
The Lion King is
Well,
great.
yeah, and it's so I have to go with 3.
And the art here does really capture him really well.
It does, especially in that part where he is in the elephant
Mhm.
graveyard.
Bodyguard, a 2/3. I mean, definitely better than Minnie Mouse. I wish now I would have wrote down what I ranked Minnie Mouse, but
I think you gave her a 1.5.
did I?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
gonna-
yeah, because I gave her a 1.
I'm gonna go with the bodyguard and that better stat line of having that 3 for the extra damage to soak in and being a 2. We'll go 3.5.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, this is one of Leah's
geez.
favorites. We've got Stitch, Carefree Surfer.
The next 3 cards are all going to be
Yep.
5 in the art department.
Yes, we don't even have to ask her.
Yep.
We will though. We'll get her
Yeah.
opinion. Again, this is a card that's good. It's kind of situational. I think you play it. If you play it, you only play it in a deck where you for sure are going to have 2 cards, other characters in play. If you do, you get to draw 2 cards. I mean, that's amazing. But other than that, I think I'm going to just kind of vanilla put him in a 3. Again, because he's doesn't, I know Leah looks really offended here, but he really doesn't do anything unless you have an archetype where you're going to have 2 cards on the board late, and he's 7. I mean, he's a big boy. I think with Sapphire in a ramp deck, it does better. But I'm going to just go 3.
Okay. I'm
5.
purely giving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Wow.
But
I think
I'm so shocked.
Yeah.
But can we look at the detail?
It is
There's
good art.
Pudge
It
the
is great
Fish.
art.
Stitch has the peanut butter sandwich for Pudge the Fish. He's wearing the sunglasses Lilo gave him for the Elvis part. And I think you asked me about the crab at one point. I'm like pretty positive that's the crab that bit Pleakley at the very beginning when Pleakley and Jumba landed on
Are you saying that
Earth.
everything in here is like something from the
Yes.
You're saying that even the crab is something like important to the movie?
Because he
Oh,
asked me
man.
at one point, do you know what the crab could
Yeah,
be?
somebody was asking that. I think somebody on
really?
Twitter was
Yeah.
asking that. Yeah.
And my guess, which I never got confirmation nor denial on it, is that it's the crab that bit Pleakley.
Can we just say Stitch is hot right now? So I have been saying, chat, I apologize. In the comments, please let us know. Of course, if you're watching it as a premiere, you can talk in chat. Yeah. But if it is, let us know in the comments, like, if you think this card is a 5. I think a lot of people are going to agree with you, Leah. So I wouldn't worry about giving them 5s.
I've been a Stitch stan for a long time.
And people love Stitch. I mean, the most tweets, every time a Stitch card come out, there is so much love among the Lorcana community.
So much.
Yeah, I would just like to say, for starters, Leah has the much easier job rating art.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of difficult because you don't want to give too many 5s, but yet some of these cards are so deserving.
I mean,
Yeah.
most of these are 5s.
Yeah.
He is. This is kind of the same thing with, what was it, Hades? He is such a high cost, and he doesn't even have shift.
No.
So he is a 7 indefinitely.
Yep.
8,
meaning that you cannot.
8 willpower is huge. I do
willpower is
forget
huge,
about that sometimes.
But on turn 7, what is 8 willpower really gonna do?
Yeah, it still will protect him.
Like I'm gonna give
but
him
1 lore.
Man, I'm actually
That's
really
the
torn
tough
on what to
part.
give him. I'm gonna give him the 1 lore. I'm gonna give him a 2.5.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry, Leah, but he is.
I'm so hurt.
I just don't like him.
Here's your basic Stitch, guys.
Oh,
Yep, just
baby.
basic Stitch.
But he's needed. He's needed in
You
the little
have
guy
to
archetype.
have him.
You have to have 4 of them.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, are you talking about in like the
Rockstar Stitch,
Yeah.
the little rush deck.
You really need him in there.
You have to have him.
I think Stitch is pretty good. You know, he's 2/2 for being a 1 cost, which is pretty nice. He's beefy. He might be able to last until you can get your Rockstar Stitch out.
And let's face it, you're probably never really actually questing with him unless
you're
you have a
using
blank
him for
board.
the shift.
If you have a blank board, you're questing. If
Yeah.
you don't, you're like...
You are using him
well,
for
and
the
you don't
shift.
want to quest with him because everyone tries to.
Yeah, because
exactly.
everyone's going to kill him
Yeah.
because they know who's about to come out.
Yeah.
So what do you got a rating for him?
He's a 3.
3?
Just because he's just there.
5.
Until you
Okay,
get
go ahead,
Rockstar.
Leah. Give us our 5. Tell a little about him.
But
I will
There's
say
not much to
the
say.
art is a little generic. I mean,
Yeah.
it's beautiful because it's Stitch.
Well,
But-
I was actually going to say, if I'm going to rank actual card art, not just by me being biased, I'd
Oh
put
my
him
goodness,
as a
she's gonna
4.
do it. Oh wow!
Oh my!
Oh man!
I'm going with a 4 on just to kind of speed up the process here. I'm going to go with 4 too on the gameplay aspects because he is needed in the Rockstar Stitch deck. And so I just think he's huge to have out there. The worst part is, man, Stowich maybe Stitch was 3 willpower so that he could survive those cannons.
Yeah.
Those nasty
Yeah,
cannons.
those
and
fire
nasty
cannons
he
are
wouldn't,
so annoying.
He wouldn't survive Smash anyways.
No, he wouldn't.
But if you are a silver steel player, that is the first thing you're doing. Is you
Yep.
see a Stitch, you are throwing a cannon at him. You're
You are
hoping it's in his
destroying
hand.
him.
Hate it.
Yep. Like, I think in a best of 3 series, you're like, okay, they had Stitch. I am saving cannons in my mulligan.
For sure.
Rockstar Stitch. I mean, I will. This is like a 5.5 in art. I'm just gonna.
His art is so
I
good.
love this. This is actually one of my favorite arts of the whole game.
I love it.
And what he does is a blast. Yes, he took a hit when Tinkerbell came out. Yes, he took a hit with Grab Your Swords. But still, when you can go on turn 6 and you literally have, say, 6 ink out, and you can literally play all your 1-drops and draw cards for your next turn, you better have Grab Your Swords in your hand, because if you don't, you're in trouble. And now we got some healing cards to get more card draw.
Yeah. Yep.
So now these little rush decks, you now can hurt Stitch in an attack, and then on the same turn heal him. Yeah. And maybe if you got Moana out, but you won't stand him back up. My bad. Sorry.
No.
But I'm giving a 4.5. I'm not going to give him a 5 because he is one archetype. Well, no, I'm going to give him a 5, and here's why. Yeah. He's a princess archetype, and on top of that, he's also, because I've seen him in princess decks for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He also is for sure in the rush. So I'll give him a 5. I'll give Stitch a 5.
Thank you.
Leah's my friend, so yeah.
Absolute 100% 5.
Yeah. I don't even think you have to talk about the art besides that they love Elvis.
Yeah.
And it's
I really love
everything about him is perfection. Absolute 110%
It's gorgeous.
5.
Yeah. Yeah. I would just like to say I'm gonna give him a 5. And the reason being
5
he has been one of the best cards and archetypes in format since he was introduced, basically.
Yep. He's one of the top.
He is him and his like the Stitch Princess deck, I think, is one of the only decks that has been somewhat unaffected in terms of viability, like throughout like from like the beta, I guess you could say, stages of the game to now. Yep. I mean, he's just so good.
He is good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing more to say. It's a 5.
Timon.
Oh, geez.
Tastes like chicken.
Yep. He's... Actually, wait, what does he do when you play this character? Oh, he's another healing one, which is always nice. He's
a lot of healing in gold.
Yeah, you can heal. You can heal for 1. Which I actually, you know what? I think the fact that you can heal for 1 and still lore, that makes him a... I'm gonna say a 4.
Oh.
Or no, 3.5. He's a 3.5.
I'll say 4 might be a little high.
Yeah, 4 is very high.
Art, Leah.
Because I gave Pumbaa 5, I feel like I need to give Timon 5.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know that the art is as good.
Wait. Oh, yeah, for art. You're not...
You think the art is as good as the Pumbaa one?
Well, okay, 4. But it's really...
you don't have to. You can give it a 5. I'm not trying to pressure you there, Leah.
It just looks really
colorful. You can give him a 4.5 if you wanted to.
That's true. I'm doing 4.5.
Yeah, I just think that Pumbaa's art just dominates Timon's art. Yeah. I mean, Timon's art's great. Don't get me wrong,
I mean, it's just... I think the background is what did it for,
especially with the fly in his mouth.
Because if he was outside and there was a beautiful sky in the background, with Pumbaa, his art would also be a 5.
Yeah.
And I am just gonna give him a generic 3. I'm gonna give him actually 2.5. I played him before. I don't usually ever use his ability. Now that changes a little bit now that we have a lot more healing here, and now seen a lot more healing cards. He just dies to Tinkerbell.
Well, no, I'm saying
one damage doesn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, so I'm gonna give, what did I say, 2.5? I'm gonna give him 2.5. Next up, we're getting into our action cards, our item cards. We are gonna
almost done.
Definitely rush into this as fast as we can. Go fast. Be Our Guest, great card. I'm gonna give it a 4. Because why not be able to look at top 4 cards and get a character? That's huge. Leah, Art?
5.
Yeah.
Just with everything going on, the Be Our Guest song, I love it.
Oh, it's hard to be an art person because I mean it's difficult to say that this art is bad.
It's really hard.
I don't think you went under 3. I think
I did 2 for a few, but not not much. I haven't done any ones.
Wait, you went? Wait. What did you rate it?
I rated this 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you went under 3.
No, this is beautiful.
No.
Yeah, because I was going to say that. Yeah, this is a great card. I think it is I'm going to go with a 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not 5 because it's definitely a backup plan.
So if very much a backup.
So if you don't have cards in your mulligan and then you get this, it's wonderful to have. In fact, maybe if you mulligan a bunch of cards, you keep this just in case as an insurance policy. All right, Gunnar, what about
Control your temper.
which I've never
This
played.
no. I will say though, it has Maximus's ability,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which as we all know, Maximus isn't the greatest.
Yep.
But the fact that he's 1
Yeah.
makes him better than Maximus.
Oh yeah.
And what
100%.
did we rate Maximus? It was a
I think
we gave him 2
two.
different scores. I think.
yeah. I think I'm pretty sure I gave Maximus a 2, so I'm gonna give this like a 3.5 because it's actually it can be used very well if you use it right.
And he's less than Maximus.
Here's your
like
chance,
you
Yeah,
said.
Leah.
he's less than Maximus.
Here's your chance to give something like a 3-ish.
I
Because I really don't.
Although
love
it's
the
still
art.
great
It's
art.
I think the art's cool.
Beast is awesome. I just don't like the background.
Yeah, but there really isn't bad
Um,
art in this game.
The
No,
only
there's
thing
not.
that I really do like about it is that you can see Bill.
The shadow finger.
Yeah,
yes,
Bell
that is.
pointing
I
at
actually
him.
just saw that. That does.
I
Yeah,
am not
so-
gonna lie, I didn't
that,
notice it. Until
I
you
didn't
said
either
it.
until you said it, but that does bring the art value.
It does, just because you can see
Yeah.
Bill literally
Oh.
telling him to control his temper.
That's what the thing in the top left. The thing in the top left is Belle's head. I thought
Yeah.
it was a mirror.
Yep.
I thought it
No.
was a mirror.
No.
So just because of that, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go 2.5. I don't see many reasons to run this card.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that it protects some of your little guys, maybe if they want to attack, but I don't see much of a reason. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your day. I still think we should sing every song.
No, thank
It's
you.
I know
all
Gunnar
about
doesn't want to.
free.
I get the first dibs at this, and I'm gonna say with all the healing in this, and a character with 4 or more can sing this song for free, so it's free healing. I still say I'm 3.5 on it because it gives 3 damage from each of your characters, whereas I believe Tangled is just one of your characters. I'm not 100% on that. I gotta look at that, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Rapunzel
So
is
it does
the
give
only
you
one.
that bonus of this actually heals everything, but I think I'm playing Rapunzel most times just to get the card draw, so I'm 3. Leah?
I'm giving the art a 5.
And you talked about this on a podcast. You pointed out the fact of
that
the
it's past
future
and
and past.
future.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I do think that's cool how the 2 waterfalls
Yeah.
have Simba's future
So
and his past.
did you say
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, I said
And
5.
I don't
could not.
I don't disagree
Yeah.
with you. Gunnar?
I am actually very different from you in this
Yeah?
opinion. I think that the fact that there is even more healing makes this
Mhm.
card even better. Because think about it, you play Rapunzel turn 4, and then turn 5, you play Hakuna Matata.
Sure.
And
Mhm.
turn 4 you play Rapunzel. Now that her ability's been used up, you tap her turn 5 for this.
You could have like a Rapunzel creature deck too.
You could
'cause
kind of,
She
yeah.
loves characters. So
Yeah.
you
She
could
does.
put Timon and Pumbaa in it, and you could also, this would just be like a theme deck. You could also put Sebastian that sings 4-cost cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
here we are.
Although you
So-
have to have Simba if you have Timon and Pumbaa. You have to have
Yes,
the
you
baby
do.
Simba that's a
But can we
bodyguard.
just say what that kind of healing that is, though?
That is really good healing.
Because
Yeah.
you sing Hakuna.
it's honestly too much.
You sing Hakuna Matata, you heal 3 damage from everything, right? And then you
Mhm.
attack with something, and then you play Rapunzel down on 4 because you've sang
Yep.
this, so you have
Yeah.
4. You still have your 4 energy or your 4 energy.
This is gonna sound weird, but
Yeah.
I am going to be judging actions differently than I judge characters because they serve a different purpose.
Yeah.
So in terms of actions, I'm gonna give it a 5
Ooh.
because I mean think about all the actions that we have.
Wow.
This is
I think
one of
mine
the
will come
best
up.
actions
I
that
don't
we
think
have.
it'll come up to a 5. But that's why we love having more than one opinion on the cards.
Yeah.
And so
I just
again,
think the
guys
healing
in the
is great.
comments, give your opinion. I love when there's one that we both have 2 different opinions on.
Yeah.
So we would love to hear your guys' opinions on it too. And it also helps us when we go into deck building because some of you know much more about playing
Deck
card
building.
games than we do.
Many of you know a lot more than I do.
I think everyone knows.
All right. Healing Glow. What do you think? More healing.
Yep.
Tangled's hair is all over these cards.
Well, she's like she's a healing machine.
Okay. Yeah. It's just another two damage healed.
Mm.
It's Rapunzel but it's 3 costs less and 1 damage
Mhm.
less. So I'm gonna rank it about what I ranked Rapunzel, which I think was a 4. Actually, no, I'm gonna rank this one a 3.5.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
We'll have
just
to
under
remember to
Rapunzel.
write down our ratings next time so
Yeah.
we can see.
So
Yeah.
we can remember
Um,
and look back.
What do you think, Leah? Healing Glow, the art?
3.5, just
Yeah.
because of the hair glowing and like
Nice.
it being around Flynn's hand.
It's gorgeous.
Really cool.
Unpopular maybe, but 2. Because, and here's why. Here's my argument on that. How many times am I going to play on curve this card? I'm really only
Yeah.
playing this if I have extra ink available.
I guess you are.
If
right.
my
You are
perfect
right.
curve,
You are right.
if you play this on 1 and you already got 2 damage, you done
Yeah.
in trouble. Like you ain't
Wait,
playing.
how are you doing that?
You're not, because most
Yeah.
likely they've played a cannons and have killed you. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing you're gonna. Olaf. You're healing
Olaf.
Olaf with this. You're healing the
Yeah.
Minnie Mouse in red. But on curve, this is not. I mean, it's nice that it's inkable, and it is nice when you get to the later rounds where maybe you have 6 ink out and you're playing a 5 cost and you also want to heal. I get that, but for me, just a 2. Just in time. I've never really played around with this. I know
Yeah.
people that have. I mean, let's face it. You may play a character which costs 5 or less for free. Seems pretty darn
I mean,
good
that
on
is
3.
you playing.
I mean, you literally are on 3 then playing a 5 cost
oh,
character.
Moana. You can play
Yeah,
Moana.
you can
on
literally
turn
play
3.
mine on. So I'm giving it a 3.5 because I've not played with it enough. I see the upside of it, but I haven't played with enough. I may totally change this if I make a deck archetype that uses this a ton. But that's my opinion. It's uninkable. I just never have used it much. So, Leah, what's your art? I mean, the art is...
The art's really cool.
Beautiful.
It's really cool. How do I not give this a 5?
I could not give it a 5.
I could see this a 5.
But I could also see it a 5. I could
I'll
see it a
give it-
4.5.
I'll give it a 4.5. It's right in the middle. I love the detail of what's going on in the background with Tafiti.
That's really cool.
And just him coming out of the woodworks just in time. Like, yeah.
The
It's really cool.
backgrounds are just so
Is that what
neat.
that is? Is Tefiti?
It's, when she was
Okay.
burning
That-
everything.
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering.
Yep.
Gunner, what do you got?
Playing a cost 5 or less character, like I said, Moana on turn 3. I will say though, I have a bad experience with this card because I played it earlier on before we started doing this podcast and
Yes.
stuff. I got all 4 of these in my hand. I played this in a deck. I think it was a Stitch deck, and I got all 4 of these in my hand.
Oh, that's when we would
That's a
pass
rough
our
time.
decks around
Yep,
each time.
I got all 4 of these
I
in
remember
my
that.
hand.
I was at Leah's house.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah!
it was horrible.
Yeah, it was. It
It
was
was
very,
so
very
bad.
early on playing.
I think it was our first time playing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So what are you raking it?
I'm giving it a 2.5
Yep.
just because of the bad experience. I haven't used it since then,
Tell us-
so I don't know.
Tell us again, we would love for your comments in chat or down there below. And we would love to hear some of your bad stories of trading card games and cards that you hated
Yeah.
that ended up ranking a ladder, even if it was a better card. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely see that. All right, you got the next one, Part of Our World, but another recursion card that brings
Yes,
something back.
Another one. And it's another singable card,
Mhm.
which is always nice. It's not, it is uninkable, but the fact that it can be
Mhm.
sung kind of makes up for that. And then it just says return a character from your discard to your hand. So it's good. It kind of works with Hades a little
So
bit.
what do you got?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
3.
It's a 3.
That's a 3 cost. It's a 3
Yeah.
review from Gunner. All right, Leah. The art is fantastic, by the way.
The art is amazing.
The whole
I just
underwater
love-
plus above water view.
Yeah, like how it
it's-
shows both worlds
Yeah.
of
It's
Ariel.
really cool.
5.
I
I
It
feel
is-
like I'm
it
just
is pretty.
Stay
repeating
away from
myself.
No, it is pretty.
I
It's
am
very
gonna
pretty.
totally copy my son and go with 3. I see the value in this card. I did play it in the Hades deck. It also put another uninkable in there, which kind of stunk. And so yeah, just a 5. I'll give it a 3. And then the next one we've got is You Have Forgotten Me. I think this is pretty good in some kind of mill deck, maybe.
I think this is a really
Or
good one.
just to get, I mean, let's face it, when do you feel the best early on? And how many times has this happened, by the way? You're playing a game of Lorcana early, and you both come down to top decking.
Yeah.
And it feels bad. It feels bad. It literally feels like whoever top decks the best wins the game.
Well, and then
Yep.
the thing with this is, what if you get rid of their top deck with You Have Forgotten Me? Like, so let's say they get their great top deck,
Mhm.
you get rid of it with this.
Well, yeah, and so this works late game, mid game. I mean, if you get it out
Basically, as
early,
soon
if you
as
can
you play
sing
it.
it early, you're discarding 2 cards. I mean, depending on what kind of deck they're playing. I mean, if they have any kind of friends on the other side, it doesn't really do much at all. But it definitely hurts in decks where there's. So I'm actually going to go 4. As I think it does have its niche, but I do think even in a deck that is not like a melee controlled deck, you're still getting advantage by giving them less cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Leon? Art? She's like a 5 again? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Actually, this one I think is a 5. I
It's
really like
beautiful.
how Mufasa's eyes glow.
I know, I love the glowing
And
of
by the way,
Mufasa
take the
around
foil
him.
off, guys. The foil, I don't know that the foil does it justice.
I don't
the
either
foil
because
does not do it justice at all.
because
Not
The
at
foil,
all.
I'll say this is the first time I've looked at a foil card that I felt it looked generic.
yeah,
Because it looks like a blob.
It
does in the sky.
Actually, let's-
I actually really like it without the foil.
We'll show you
Yeah,
guys.
it
If
looks
you're watching on
so
YouTube, you
much
can see
better
it's
without
just
the
so much
foil.
better without the foil. What do you think, Leah?
So, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. It's a 5.
You're
I
fine.
love-
I really think in the comments people are not going to disagree with you.
No, it is such a 5.
It's so pretty.
All right, Gunnar, what do you think?
I think it is somewhat counterable in just because of the fact that we have so many cards that bring stuff from the discard.
Mhm.
So like if you get hit with this, you can get the stuff back.
Yeah, you can.
But you're being forced to use your ink to do that.
Yep, exactly.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a good card. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yep.
I think
cool.
it is a great card.
Look at that. We agreed on 2 cards at once. I don't know that it happened much
Man.
tonight, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's always cool to see other people's opinions.
Oh, jeez.
Dingle Hopper. This thing's been around forever, it feels
Yeah.
like. And I feel like
Yeah,
I've
I
never
think this
played
is
it.
one of the earlier cards.
I like it in
It's
my
a
deck.
1, which is nice. You
It
can
is.
you can
It's an
have
item.
you can have healing from the very beginning.
Mhm, and
Which
it's
I
an
think
item.
is really nice. Yeah, it is an item, so it
But
stays
man,
around.
Wouldn't you rather play Lilo?
I would
or
rather play.
Stitch on turn 1.
I would rather play any other healing card on turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just it's like a 2.5 because it is good if you
Mhm.
can find a way to use it, but you
Mhm.
have to find a way to use it. That's the problem. And actually, if you did stack these up, they would be good.
Yep. What do you think, Leah? Oh, did you give it a ranking?
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
it's a 2.5.
Okay.
So I'm just. It's a dingle hopper. It's a fork. A
Yeah.
bent fork.
It's a dingle.
I mean, the art is cool, but the
It's
art is
cool.
cool, but it's not like.
It's not like to die for.
I do want to know what's
Right.
what's up on the top there.
That's what I was looking
It's a
at.
marker.
Huh?
It's what?
Like the top middle. There's like a little
Yeah,
like
with the foil, like when you
Huh?
on the
make it
foil.
a
There's
different
something
way.
in the
yeah.
top middle. I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I was
it-
trying to
it
figure that
looks
out.
like seaweed or someone's
Yeah,
hair.
I don't know.
That's what I was like. Is it someone's hair? Like that.
So
the
what?
dingle
What's your
hopper's gonna
rating here?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Cool.
3? That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Makes sense. I am going to give it a 1.5.
Yeah.
Mainly because I just never use it.
Yeah.
This card actually I like. I feel like I don't play it enough. I feel like always what stops me is the ink. Like
Yeah.
like so many times I'm like, oh, it's a great card, but I
you
don't
really
want I
wanna
don't want
spend
that
that
no
much?
ink. And I don't want something that's not inkable.
Yeah.
But paying 1 less for the next character you play and being
Is
able to
nice.
keep that out as an item,
It is nice.
I'm gonna go 3.5. Not trying to rush through these, but if you're still here,
Thank
pat
you.
yourself on the
Thank
back.
you.
This is a
Thank you so
long,
much.
long video,
It
and
is.
I appreciate you staying. So, even if you're listening to us in the background, thank you.
Yeah. I would give this card a 4.
Yeah.
I think it's very
Yeah.
pretty with the colors, the castle, all of the lanterns going up.
Mhm.
Also, I think it is better
Did I give it a 4 as well?
unfoiled.
Maybe?
I think this one might be better unfoiled.
If I didn't give it a 4, I'm giving it a
Um,
4.
Yeah, I think you're right. It might
yeah,
be.
well, just because there's more detail. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the ones that are detail centered are
Mhm.
gonna have worse foils.
Yeah.
But, just saying, seeing the lanterns go on, glow, and then
that
glow
is
off.
really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. It
So
looks like
That
a
is
light
pretty.
bulb.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this is another one. It's an item, so you can stack it.
Yep.
Stacking this.
Oh, yeah.
At max, you can have a character that costs 4 less.
So you have a
can
4
play,
cost for
you
0.
can play Rapunzel for free.
Yep.
Yep.
I think this is a good
Yep.
card because
Yep.
of that. 3.5.
Cool. All right, Gunnar, this is the last one
Our
of
final
Amber.
card.
We're there.
Finally.
And this, my friends, is one I don't know that I would think we talked about, but
we
it's
did
a
talk
doozy
about
of
it's
a
kind of
card.
just
I
I've
think.
never really thought that I would have I've
Okay.
never really found the desire to want to use this, but it is good though. Whenever you play a song, you may pay
Mhm.
1 ink to draw a card. The fact you have to pay ink is what bumps this down for me. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. Would have given it a 3 without the ink cost.
Mhm.
I think the art's really cool. I like how you can see the ball of light, which is Ariel's voice. I think that's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably give it a 3. I know
We
that's...
also saw the ball in front of Cinderella.
Oh,
I didn't even think of that, but it's
you
very
have a
similar.
point.
Different.
It looks different, but it also, what is that in Cinderella? It's interesting. But anyways, go ahead and give it its rating.
I said 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. It is niche. Like, it is in a song deck.
Oh, wait, it's an item?
Yeah, it's an item, so it stays.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
So in a song deck, this is definitely
You're right, yeah.
like a higher. But so I'm still kind of torn at the 3. I think I've given too many 3-card uninkables 3.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a pattern here. I'm really interested to go back, watch this, listen to it, and see what we've ranked things, and just kind of write it down and go, oh, wait a minute, yeah. But that's what's fun. This is our Amber card review.
Oh, what did you rank it?
Oh, I 3. It's a 3. It's another 3-3.
Okay, so you actually did.
It's another 3-3.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
But this is our Amber card review. We are gonna actually reapproach this closer to chapter 2 to the end, just on one of our podcasts as a small segment where we're just gonna talk about some of the cards that we think maybe throughout the time of playing in chapter 1 we thought got better, or maybe some that we actually thought got worse. Cards that we probably love more. Leah can give us some of the art, but I don't think the art's going to change on a lot of your stuff.
Think so
but it is
either.
funny when you play with a card. It's just like when you play with a card that does something bad to you, you don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And so you might find an art card that you're like, okay, I'm kind of mad at that card, so I'm going to lower its rating. So we'll go over that later on. Also, man, we cannot wait till Gen Con.
Oh, Gen Con.
We're so close.
Oh, it's so exciting. In fact, we're going to do a little bit of a video blog. So I think this week we might record a couple more of our inks and talking about our inks, just so we don't have the stress of figuring out a podcast, but we'll just do a video blog. So you guys might really enjoy that. Also, again, subscribe. We would love to have your subscription to our YouTube channel. Also, again, like we talked about a lot today, comment. We want to hear what you think of these inks. Like, what do you think how we rank some of these Amber cards? Disagree, agree. We don't care as long as we all are inking it together. It's great. And then again, there's Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on those. We've got some fun things planned for the future that I'm not going to tell you much about, but Gunner's got some great ideas of some things we're going to do.
Share this video too.
Yes,
share the videos.
it. Gunner, what do you got to say? Got something to say?
I just want to say, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I know we already knew. We are new to this.
Yeah.
We are still learning.
Yeah, we're still just...
We're definitely making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Probably going a lot longer than we should.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're doing a card review, you got to go the time.
But thank you so much for watching the end.
Thank you guys for watching it. Gunner?
All right, guys. Make sure to ink that subscribe button.
And the rest of you out there,
Just ink it.